On the last episode of the program, I played a clip from Josh Moon over at Mad at the Internet. Listen to this.
And so on and so forth. And then also confusing things like Jesse published like a bunch of AI generated fake photos of the house. And that also led to further confusion.
Okay, so this is the thing about what he's talking about there is we had the whole episode, the one where Nick Rekieta got dumped by Ethan Van Sciver. And in the episode, I played for you guys some video or a little bit of a video, and also I showed some screenshots that were sent to me by an anonymous source that purported to be from the Nick Rekieta infamous now body cam footage. This is the thing that everybody's been wanting online in the Rekieta sphere, and I legitimately believe these to be the genuine artifact, the real deal. Bob's your uncle, and unfortunately, because my source was anonymous, there was no way for me to check on this. Well, after playing that clip in the last episode, I had a few people reach out to me about this and say, yeah, Jesse, the internet's been saying these are AI. So, listen, from my end of things, I was hearing everything. Oh, Jesse made this up. It's fake. He photoshopped it. I'm like, it's Photoshop. There's video. He AI'd it. But just as many people were like, holy shit, this is real. Nick himself went on a stream right after that and said that he was going to sue me for putting this out there. He said that he was going to sue the county for leaking the body cam footage. I thought that was, honestly, going into the episode, I had no clue whether or not it was real. But I figured by the time Nick is confirming it 100% real on stream, that means it's real, right? And I'll show you again the body cam footage here, just so you know what we're talking about. This is the only piece of video I was ever sent. Take a look at this. Here you go. This is just a short little clip. They've blurred out the children. There they go. I even saw people say, because I don't know that much about Nick or his life, but I even saw some people say that this has to be real because those look exactly like Nick's children. Now, why the fuck does some guy know what Nick's children look like? I don't really know. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. I don't know, but I believed it. That's the thing. This was just sent to me. So anyway, one person reached out to me and they said, Jesse, there is a way. There's a way to know if this is the legit thing. And it didn't even occur to me. It's not like I don't know what this stuff is, but I just went with it. I got the scoop right before I was doing an episode about Nick Rekieta. I'm like, let's pull the trigger. If it's fake, whatever. So I go live and I show it. This guy tells me, send me the files and I'll see what I can do. And we can do some data matching. We can, by the way, and this is what's so stupid about it. Nick tried to prove that his version of events, that the cleaner house, by the way, it was still a wreck and disgusting, but his way of trying to prove it was real was by showing the EXIF data. Well, this dude was like, I can pull every bit of EXIF data, metadata, whatever, from these videos, these files, as long as you haven't manipulated them. And I said, I hadn't. So I sent it to him. And now we have our answer. Now I know exactly where these things came from. And I'm going to reveal it tonight in the program. Now, here's the thing, though. Did I get trolled in this case? I'm going to go to the let me go to the henchman here for a second.
Hello.
Hi guys. If it turns out that this footage, the screenshots, the footage, if it was fake, was I trolled? Did I get fucking trolled?
You might have got trolled.
I think you might have spiritually been trolled.
Yeah, I might have been trolled.
Yeah, you got trolled probably.
Am I going to look like a laughing stock? See, I'm trying to be real and I'm trying to be open and honest with the internet about this. I know how the show comes off. We've done a lot of silly things before, a lot of pranks. Everyone accuses me of faking things all the time. But there's so many insane real things that have happened on PodAWFUL that it's alarming to me that you could just write off some of this shit as being AI now. We've discussed this AI problem for a long time. You guys know I enjoy the AI stuff for sure. It makes making art and
It's a
stuff.
lot.
It's fun. I mean, it's just fun. And you
Like
get
hidden buttons in the machine.
you get to make lots of cool stuff. And my favorite part of it is like you guys who, you know, you don't have all this training making graphic design and art and all that kind of stuff. You guys get to take part too. And as much as most artists hate how it has leveled the playing field to some degree, I love it. I think it's awesome. So it kind of fucks me up that I might have gotten hoisted by my own retard in this method. It might be. So I just want to level with the internet and tell them the info that I got, because I don't want them thinking when a henchman shows up outside of Nick Fuentes' house the day the gunman was there, I don't want them thinking that was AI. I don't want them thinking that when I'm outside of Ethan Ralph's, you know, Mexican bodega, hucking diapers into his, open mud hut windows where there's no glass
And
in
it is
it.
donkeys.
Yeah, I don't want them thinking that this stuff is AI. It's too easy to just write off everything now as AI. How many times have you seen, I was going to say boomers, but really it's everybody now. Everybody now. They'll see just a normal random thing that they've never seen before on social media. And what's the first comment?
It's AI. Must be AI.
Yeah, gay eye. It's gay eye. They're going to start calling it that. I'm coining it now. I don't like it. I don't want that used, but I know it is coming. Instead of fake and gay, things will be referred to as gay eye. I can't have this. We do too many fun, cool, and funny things on this program to allow for that. So I am going to be totally open, totally honest, open discussion on this. Because we have to save face here just in case, because very soon we've initiated something known as Phase 4. And this is going to involve a blending of internet and reality, the likes of which has never been seen in all of humanity's history. This is going to be a big project. It's going to be crazy. And the last thing on earth I want is to go to all this effort, and for you guys to go to all this effort that we're going to go through to make funny things happen and then have it written off as fucking gay eye. So tonight on the program, where, who, what was the anonymous source for these images, this body cam footage? And plus, Destiny reacted to my interview with his son. Monday's episode, we did the Destiny's Child episode. We have Destiny's response to this, and we have, unbelievably, the Santa Cruz Joker's response to this.
He's back, baby.
He's back, baby, and the earth is flat, not round. Let's go. This is Pod Awful.
For the next few weeks, I just went about my day sticking my tongue out of my mouth like this.
All right.
You can do that.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You can do it. On the internet, you can do it. You can do whatever you want.
Trademark.
Welcome, everybody. This is Pod Awful. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. Welcome to the program. Happy to be here. We've got the henchmen, of course. The henchmen are here.
Howdy.
My man servants. We also, we're live over on podawful.tv. This is a Pizza Fund episode. We're going to do the free preview here for you, and I will be revealing the source in the free preview, okay? So that's how nice of a guy I am. I'm not even paywalling this. I'm not going to gatekeep it.
Don't you feel grateful, chat?
We
The
have,
greatest guy.
because we have better content to get to after that anyway in the Pizza Fund. So you'll be able to watch this full thing over at podawful.pizza if I figure out how to make the Pizza Fund work in an orderly fashion. Last time we did a Primo episode, unfortunately, a lot of people were having some issues. There was some loading. Just give it a second. Give it time. We'll have it all figured out. Podawful.pizza. It's a Oh my gosh, we've been going through it. You guys see Comedy Shaman started season 2 last night? That was
Yeah,
That was crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah, Comedy Shaman now fully in the open claiming victory over PodAwful. He has admitted in a video to taking down the Vimeo. He has now gone around to people and told them that he is going to take down my website, that he's found a way to take down my... I'm getting DDoSed over here, okay? So...
Turns out the way to take down the website is just to log in.
Log in. That'll do it. Join the Pizza Fund. Take down the website. PodAwful.pizza. See the full episode over there. All right. So, yeah, we're going through it, though, with all that shit. And we will be doing the World War on him. It's strange bedfellows. It really. This whole saga, this saga with Shaman, as Chris would say. The internet's Chris, everybody. He was a
This
saga.
episode is great, guys.
Yeah.
Red bar.
Red Bear. Saga. So this whole saga with this fagga named Shaman. How do you say?
Came up with
Camedy Shaman. Shaman. That's right. That's how you say it. Shaman. He says Shaman every time. So this whole
I know
thing,
to say it the right way though. Shaman. I'm gonna say it right.
that's not the right way. Shaman is actually how
Oh,
it's
Shaman
pronounced. Yeah.
or She-Man.
He named himself after Michael Jackson, the homosexual pedophile, predator. Shaman, comedy Shaman. That's why I assumed that's what the name was. I don't really know. Anyway, we're gonna get it all figured out. By the way, before we go over into the Pizza Fund and before we get into everything else, let me read the chat room. We got the chat room over at PodAwful.tv. There were some fun.
Oh, nice.
There were some fun chats going on in there. Gay
Tom
Eye.
Gully's there.
Tom Gooley. Mr. Thomas Gullard is in there. Is that really him? Is that the
really?
real one?
That better be.
So.
Oh my lord. Let me go to
Tom,
channel.
we need you now more than ever to deal with
Oh
Clay.
my god, it's the real Thomas Goulard.
Coming to VC.
We would love to have you, Tom. Come on back. The internet misses
We
you,
miss
man.
you.
We do
We
miss
do
you.
miss
We
you.
miss
Tom quit
love
his
you,
show.
man.
People have been bad mouthing you behind your back.
Tom quit. No, who? In our chat?
No.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
No, not here, but other ones have been talking about Mr. Gully.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. There's a
no one in.
there's a server that Comedy Shaman was in where they were just very I don't even know how they knew who Thomas Gullard was, but they were randomly talking about Tom Gully in there and not in a nice way. It was very upsetting. And these were all dabbleverse guys, and he's the king of the dabbleverse. So
Yeah.
They were besmirching
Weird.
him.
anyway, Tom
Love you,
Gully
Tom.
quit his show, but we want him back. We want him back online, and we definitely want him part of the action in here. We love Tom. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, I was reading the chat. We got AI. Someone said AI for the gay guy, or no, gay eye for the straight guy. Someone says hopefully better than Phase 4 Marvel. Oh my God, do they even do phases anymore at Marvel? Let's ask.
They're on 6 now.
Let's ask Jex. Jex, do they do phases anymore at Marvel? What phase are we on? Just the shithole, let's make everyone black and gay phase, or how do we?
Either phase 6 or 8, I'm not sure.
Okay, it can't be either one of those, but definitely not
It was
7.
one of the
That's
two.
not possible. What's next? What are they doing
6.
next? Are they finally going to release that Black Lady Iron Man one?
Yeah, it's
They're
coming
trying
right up.
not to.
Oh, really? What's her?
Yeah.
What's her name going to be?
Iron Fart.
Iron Fart. That was the best you could come up with. You had to jump in with Iron Fart. I was going to go with
Absolutely.
you could have gone with something black,
I could have, but
The
then I kind of
character's name
deflated
is
it like
Iron
a pin,
Heart.
Well, first of all, it's Arn.
It's Earn.
It's Earn. I'm Earn. Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? It's me, Earn Man. Tanisha Stark. Starks. Tanisha Starks. It's always Starks. I don't know why they pluralize their last names,
But see, this one's cool though because she's an Iron Woman, but she's also gonna have magic. So
finally, it's what we've all been waiting for. All right,
I'll be watching.
thank God.
Melanin
Thank
magic.
God I brought you in for that one, Jake. See ya, man.
Hey, on.
All right, so
Thank God.
listen,
He's got
a little bit
multiple
here
sclerosis.
and there. Maybe once we're in the pizza fund, he does have. Guys, give it up for Jake. He's got multiple sclerosis.
And he loves God and he loves his family.
Yeah, he's a good man.
But God hates him for some reason.
It
Weird.
doesn't make sense to me why God would smite him that way. He's been smote. So,
Yep.
Anyway, no, I saw another comment in here, and now I've lost it because it was so long ago. Marvel is unwatchable. Oh, I had already looked into this. No one made an LLM that acts gay, so there's an opening gay eye. Wait, what? I couldn't follow along with that at all. All right, well, you know what? Forget it. Forget the chat room. Anyway,
Done.
Yeah, done. So anyway, we got to get into this thing. So you guys remember the footage? I showed you a little bit of the footage at the top of the show.
Mhm.
You remember the screenshots. You see the mess everywhere. People were saying, a lot of people. By the way, most people in response to that episode were saying it was real. That was the scuttlebutt on the street as far as I saw. So I hadn't even thought about it. But anyway, the person who reached out to me, willing to check the EXIF data, and they did. I'm not going to say everything they did, but they did a few things that would be able to track this down and figure out whether it was real or not. They also want to remain anonymous, but I know who they are, so I trust this person. So I'm not saying their name, but this person, they reached out to me. They ran it through all their sources. They looked at the pixels, okay, on this. And let's just go ahead and reveal it now. Is it real or is it fake? All right, sorry, it was AI, turns out.
Whoa.
Oh no.
I got fucking trolled. Now, as bad as that is, I don't like that. Listen, has it happened? Sure. Little bits here and there. It's usually some little failed troll. It's a thing where, like, maybe I halfway believed a thing or something. But, I bring it to the show. I end the show going, hey, I'm presenting this as real. Everybody's buying it. A lot of you out there have been trolled now by this. As bad as all of that is, as bad of a look as that is for me, a professional middle-aged troll on the internet. As bad of a look.
God of trawling.
You gotta,
Yes.
and you really do have to think about stuff like that. Again, your kids will one day grow up and go, somebody is going to ask them, what does your daddy do for a job? And they're going to have to
When they're 45.
they're going to make, they're going to have to make a really tough decision in that moment. Because when people ask me in real life, I say, I'm a computer guy. And they go, huh? What does that mean? Like IT? And I go, I don't know. Help.
I build sets. I create graphics.
So then I start lying.
I energize. I synergize.
I start lying and saying, well, then I'm a graphic designer, I would say to them. But now I can't even claim that because I got fooled by pixels. I'm a guy who should be able to tell a pixel from another pixel. Now, I guess I don't really know how they did. I mean, I'm assuming it's AI. I don't really know. We don't know how it was done. It could be a 3D set. It could be a recreation. For a minute, when the guy was like, oh, this is fake, I was like, this wasn't Nick who did it, right? Like, Nick himself was feeding the misinformation, because that would be cool and exciting. Nope, this is way, way, way more embarrassing than that, even. This is bad for, if you bought it for even a second, this is so bad, and I'll tell you why. Because the guy who did it was a fella by the name of Citizen M.
What?
That's impossible.
I thought he loved Rekieta.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly, Dirk. That's why it was so nefarious, so genius. So if you guys don't know, Citizen M, he's this little butt munch. Okay? They're saying no in the chat. What? Yeah. So Citizen M is this little butt munch. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't dislike him. Okay? He watches the show.
Persnickety little goober smooch.
Yeah, he's like I guess he's not really a drifter. He's a clipper. And he watches a lot of shows. And certain shows he likes. PODAWFUL is one of those. certain shows he hates. Steel toe. And when he hates a thing, he allows it to blind him in ways that we don't have, like the rest of us don't have issues with over here at Pod Awful. You know, I can look at April Imholte and go, haha, what a goober. He's a gay guy. He probably ate goo. But I also look at Nick Rekieta and go, yuck, yuck, yuck. This guy sucks. At the very minimum, equally to April Imholte. Oh, by the way, every bitch he ever fucked was also fucked by April Imholte. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You know, it's one of those scenarios.
On site.
It's on site. So Hedonism 3, it's on site. So Citizen M doesn't have that ability. He has been convinced that Nick is a good guy and cool. He's been convinced by a fellow by the name of Patrick Melton. Now, Patrick Melton, you might remember on this program, we covered this. He had a whole festival called How Cool Is It That Nick Had Sex Twice? And people paid by the billions to watch this fucking thing, to watch Nick
out to Vegas,
to regale them with stories of him having sex with his own wife and having sex with Aaron's wife. And again, the math on this is those are still the only people he's ever had sex with. Aaron has moved on. Aaron, by the way, has had sex with all of those women, and notably, it's 100% known, 2 more, which means he's twice the goober. So
better dad, Julie. Better dad.
I don't know. I'm not even going to make a judgment call him better dad. By the way, I said, Aaron, you know, we have these T-shirts for sale. I'm going to come back to the Citizen M thing here in a second. We have these T-shirts for sale, podawful.shop. Let me bring it up here so you guys can see. And they are supposed to go offline tonight. This is supposed to, you're supposed to not be able to get these anymore tonight. I'm in a polycule with Kayla Rekieta, our wife. Deal with it. Every bitch I ever fucked also fucked April Imholte, the Nick Rekieta shirt. And then finally, and you might notice a few changes on this one, but the ape shirt, the yo, free my ape. Yo, free my ape.
Free my nice young lady.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to make some changes. Now, here's where it ties in. This is where it got crazy. And this is where it all started to come together. If you look here in the corner on this shirt in particular, there's a Citizen M approved logo. Now, we put that on there because we were making fun of Citizen M for being so much of a baldo huffer. Okay? This dude, he loves to shield a baldo. And he knew we were putting the logo on, by the way. He knew that was in the cards. We came up with this idea right in front of him. And I don't think he cottoned to it too much. He didn't say anything, but he didn't enjoy the fact that we were doing this, apparently. It turns out. So this shirt has gone through a few revisions on it. Not only did we have to censor a certain word on there, but I also had to change the Warner Brothers logo on there. Now, I've never had to do this before. I've never had to censor a single shirt I've ever put out. You should see some of the things that have been on old shirts that I've released. Yeah. And I knew that meant somebody reported this. And my original idea was that Nick had done it. That was my first thought. It's got to be Nick, right? Who would be the most mad about this? Who would be the most controlling? And I had assumed ahead of time that would happen. But I thought it would happen to the Kayla shirt. I thought this shirt was going to get me in trouble, which is why this was going to be a 2-week run. Again, podawful.shop. This is your last moment to get this shirt. So this has caused me nothing but headaches. And I apologize to everyone who ordered the ape shirt. If you order it now, you get it instantly. You'll get it before the people who had ordered it before. You're ahead of the line at this point. It's been such a headache. So then I'm thinking, well, you know what? April Imholte, believe it or not, told me he was going to buy the Rekieta shirt. He said that this is the greatest shirt he'd ever seen. It's got his name on it, so he loved it. And he was going to buy it. Well, guess what? He never fucking bought it. And I put out there, a challenge, basically. I said, Aaron, make good on your promise. You said this is your favorite shirt of all time. Make good on your promise to buy this shirt, or I start selling the April Imholte mugshot t-shirt. Okay. Everybody has been clamoring. They want the Aaron one. Well, guess what? He hasn't done it. So then I started thinking, well, then maybe Aaron tried to get the shirts taken down because he was mad about this deal. But I have no proof that he even knows about the deal. And then I started thinking about it even harder, and I go, wait a second. Isn't it odd that the only shirt that got reported is the ape one? And what is the one thing that makes the ape shirt different than the others? The Citizen M logo.
Okay. He's just as clever as we always thought he was.
So Citizen M has been, we embarrassed him on the show. You guys might remember at the very end of a show, we tricked him into believing he was still on air. We tried to force him into saying that Nick Rekieta is a bad guy. And every time he shows up in our Discord, and again, I don't dislike him. He's a weirdo, but I don't dislike him. He seems okay. He's just easily fooled by certain things, and particularly when it comes to anything related to steel toe. And I think in an effort to show, and I said this to him, I told him, like, you are easily fooled. And I think in an effort to say, who's the real fool in all of this, he tricked me. He tricked me with fake. I wanted it so bad, just like he wants Aaron to look so bad. I wanted it so bad for the body cam footage to be out there that I willfully just believed what was sent to me without a second thought. And I got trolled. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is official. Citizen M was behind Baldo guarding Nick Rekieta by putting out the fake AI. He used me as the vessel, but that is what happened.
Always the ones you least expect.
So because of all the troubles I had with these shirts, by the way, because of the fact I just got this one approved again, I'm going to leave these up for one more day. These will be up for tomorrow, and that is it. Okay? PODAWFUL.shop. You have 24 hours to get any of those shirts, and then the Aaron shirt will be released unless Aaron manages to get it under the wire. If he buys the shirt in the next 24 hours, then he is safe. It's a deal I made. I didn't have to do it, but I made it. I was trying to be a good guy. That's what's going on. What are they saying in the chat room?
I'll say this. I'm wearing my Nick Rekieta shirt right now.
What do you think?
You know me, I'm very particular about my shirt materials.
Of course.
This is nice. This is soft. It glides right over the nipples. There's no chafage.
Yeah, Lenny has some of the most disgusting, the longest male nipples I've ever seen. They hang from his torso. He went on, we used to have these Friday hangout shows. He came on camera one time shirtless. And you would think as a guy like this, you would know not to do that. And they were just dangling there. I mean, these were like full on, that thick pepperoni. Like you get a nice stick of pepperoni, but this was like loose, like a hot dog, just hanging off him. Horrific. And so he's always whined and whined.
Color of cream corn, too.
Nobody cares more about his shirt being soft than Lenny, but I did. I chose the softer one. It cost more for me to do it. I had to eat the cost to do that, but I did do that on these.
And my nippies, thank you.
Yeah, on these cheap, shitty shirts. So, PODAWFUL.shop. This cash grab of a nonsense thing that's happening. Anyway, what do we feel about Citizen M, though, now that we know that he was the anonymous source? Like, he sucks, right? And everybody hates him now? Or
I want to beat him up.
Does he have a mugshot put on a t-shirt?
I'm eating Jesse. Please, someone says. I guess because I was talking about your nipples. What did you say, Lenny?
Sorry, I was thinking about my nipples.
Sure.
Can I? Does Citizen M have any mug shots out there that could be put on a t-shirt?
He's going to when we're done with him. This is fraud. This is fraud. This is tortious interference. Everything he's done with me. So yeah,
He's Rico.
Psychological torture.
I do have his info now. I'm not going to dox him, or I'm not threatening him in any way here, just to be clear. But he will be raped in jail. So,
First the civil, then the criminal.
I'm mad. Listen, this is like scratching God. It's like making him bleed a little bit. This is like when I trolled the king of all trolls, Alex Stein. Even
the untrickable man Medicare,
or the untrickable man, Mr. Medicare. Yeah, this is the emperor wears no clothes. I look a little silly here, having fallen for something as stupid as that, and of course it being Citizen M who did it. But this is what you got to start asking yourself, okay? Because I had said to Citizen M, I think long before this, I was like, why don't you don't put out too many videos or anything? And he's a pretty decent editor, and I think this proves it. I said that to him. I was like, you're not bad at what you do, and I'm not a fan of clippers, but you actually put some effort in. Why don't you put out more stuff? I think he'd been working on this. I think he'd been spending all his time on this. So you have to ask yourself, if he's willing to do this, what else? What else has he been up to? What other little things that have been put out there was he behind? Is he working directly with Nick Rekieta? Is it possible that Citizen M faked the screenshots that they went over in the Nick Rekieta's Got a Penis festival or whatever it was? I literally cannot remember the actual name of that thing now. The Goo Fest. When they had Goo Fest 2025, it's very possible. It's
DabbleCon?
DabbleCon.
Something Mania.
And
Flapomania.
And then think about this, okay? Now, I'm fully on board for any goon being put behind bars, obviously. But for
Especially
any reason,
prison, dude.
Arrest them all.
for any reason, doesn't even have to be a good one, okay? They can be innocent, and I will be happy about it. But what about this? Do you guys know what's going on with Aaron Steel Toe Imholte right now? The toe, they call him?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, yeah, we don't pay enough attention to this stuff because we're not really dabble guys. This is the biggest news.
Black Greg, get in here.
This is the biggest news in dabble history right now. So remember, we've been laughing at the fact that, I'm on the side of, or I'm against rather, dumb bitch laws. And I think the worst dumb bitch law of all is, of course, the revenge porn law. And it turns out we've been laughing at the fact that Aaron got to pay $50 to be legally allowed to share revenge porn, which that's the way I always look at it. You get a speeding ticket and you pay to get out of it. Basically, that means you just are allowed to pay to speed. Like, is $260 worth it to you to get to go 90 down the highway? It might be. You might be rich enough that's fine. That's a poor people tax at most. $50? I'm starting to think about sharing some stuff. I might send you guys some stuff right now. My own wife. But think about this, okay? And I know this is crazy, but remember the quality of product he was able to fool us with, okay?
Right.
What if... so Aaron, real quick, though. Aaron was... he's going to jail now or something? I don't know. He's in trouble. The $50 wasn't enough. He's now in trouble again somehow. He's in double jeopardy.
They've altered the deal?
They altered the deal. We were praying they altered it no further, but they did. They altered the deal. And he's in trouble now again. So I guess they're saying he's been mentioning Kayla or something. Or maybe they found out that he was trying to buy her shirt. The
Kill me.
The one guy, one of two guys who should be able to say that he is in a polycule with Kayla Rekieta. That's just legally true. I don't know why the man's not allowed to wear the shirt. Actually, I guess Ape could also wear the shirt. Ape's allowed, Nick's allowed, Aaron's allowed. So, anyway, he's in trouble again. This is gigantic news to everybody. Imagine how crazy that is. Now, with Citizen M, if he managed to fool us with the body cam footage, how do we know that while working for Nick, he didn't doctor a nude of Kayla? It was made completely out of AI pixels. He sent it to Aaron, and at the bottom of the picture, it says, "Send this to Gino. I approve. Me, Kayla Rekieta," with a big thumbs up emoji. It's possible.
All AI.
There is so much stuff that could be going on with this guy. He's dastardly in this, and he's apparently the dabbleverse's merriest prankster. And you got to watch out around this guy. You got to watch out. And, you know, everybody says, we've been saying forever that we think the Citizen M is a child. He's got a little boy's voice. It's very strange. He sounds like Destiny's son. And he swears up and down, no. Well, you know, again, I've got his info now. The guy gave me the info. And it turns out he's also a little boy. Okay? So this is a child who is faking nudes, sending them to guys. This is a freak. All right? And all in service of Nick Rekieta. He works for him at this point. I think it's official.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.
Yeah, they're saying in chat, seems reasonable. I mean, it is literally possible. I believe this. I hate Citizen M so much. It checks out. The math is checking out on this one. It's just something to think about, but I wanted to be real about this. Guys, I'm not trying to fool anybody other than the people who should be fooled. Okay? When it comes to pranking and tricks and tricknology and all the fun we have here, I want us all having a good time, and I want us all to be on the same page. So if you ever find yourself in my audience, maybe you're not a regular viewer of the show, maybe this is not really the thing for you, but I'm talking about a specific topic you're interested in, like when we talked about the body cam footage. You're sitting there and you're going, what the fuck is going on here? I don't understand any of this. You tune in one day, you just try to give me a shot, you go, what the fuck is Comedy Shaman? What's happening? This sucks. Take a moment and ask yourself, is this all a trick, and am I being trolled? Remember, you have the option as a person to be on the inside of a joke or the outside. When you start screaming to somebody, I don't get the joke, that doesn't make it you sound good or smart or cool. Okay? So you got to stop being boy detectives with stuff and roll with the punches. That's what we did. Listen, hey, I got tricked, but I rolled with the punches, and it made it for a good time. A lot of people were having a good time with it. A lot of frustration. Nick, I mean, you saw how frustrated he got over it. Nick was losing his mind over it. He didn't know whether or not the footage was real, just like us. He had no clue because he wasn't watching it live while it was happening, so he didn't see. He was just hearing through the grapevine. These are the things you must think about. And if you ever find yourself in chat or watching or on, let's say, some other forum discussing PodAwful, and you find yourself getting mad at the internet, take a breath, because maybe, just maybe, you're the kid in the lunchroom who goes up to the table full of guys all joking around about something, and you're like, what are you guys talking about? Yes, I know. Hey, me too. Hey, same. And they all stop in the middle of eating, their mouths full, and turn and look at you and go, what the fuck? And go, sit back down on the floor of the cafeteria where you belong. You're one of the freak kids. Please get out of here.
You're a misfit.
You could have been you're a misfit patriot. You could have been laughing along with everybody, but instead you chose anger. Maybe you just fell for it. So we're going into the Pizza Fund, PODAWFUL.pizza. Join it, $12 level and up. Get immediate access to this full episode and some of our archives. And we're still working on the archives, but support the show. We've got, again, the fallout from the Destiny episode, Santa Cruz Joker responding to the Destiny episode, and a whole lot more. A whole thing I'm not even telling you about until we're in the Pizza Fund. Secret stuff. PODAWFUL.pizza. We'll see you over there. Till next time. Bye. See you, Paycells.
Sorry, nigga. I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show. This content right here on the Pod Awful TV network is Pizza Fun's own PODAWFUL.pizza. This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew. PODAWFUL.pizza. We got shooters in these streets, nigga.
Okay, now how do I do a show? Does anybody know? Oh, it's working.
Turn on the Pizza Fund.
No, I think it's working. I think everything is good, actually, for once.
All right, send in my load.
Yeah, it's working. Huzzah.
Right?
Yeah, it's working.
Nice.
Dump that load. Dump that load.
Okay, so let me end it over on YouTube there. We're good now, I think. And